dealings. He fed the committee lies and stories that taxed our credulity to the hilt and left us and the public in awful disgust. Clearly, he perjured himself and we cited him in contempt. Bunsod sa aking motion, ipinakulong natin siya. Mr. President, appearing the next day at the TRICOM hearing at the House of Representatives, this former DPWH Assistant District Engineer by the name of Bryce Erickson Diaz Hernandez, or Bryce, also known as Marvin Santos de Guzman, yung kanyang alias sa casino, apparently realized he needed to level up dahil hindi niya nalusutan ang ating Blue Ribbon Committee. Hindi pa sapat ang pagsisinungaling niya para pagtakpan at maisalba niya ang kanyang sarili. So while he was in detention here at the Senate, sabi niya, nakapag-isip po ako at nagdesisyon na maglabas ng ilang nalalaman ko sa flood control project. Tama po, sabi niya, tama po si Senator Lacson na mga engineers ng DPWH ay tila naging legman o bagman na lang. Kung tatanungin niyo po ako kung sino o kanino kami naging bagman, sasagutin ko na po ngayon. Nakapag-isip? May naniniwala ba dito? Samantalong ayon nga sa impormasyon ni Senator Lacson, habang naghihiring ang Blue Ribbon noong September 1, nasa casino siya at nagsusugal. And then, lo and behold, during the TRICOM hearing, he then proceeded to take off from that remark jokingly addressed to me by Senator Marcoleta when Mr. Diskaya said that there were no senators involved. Ang sabi ni Senator Marcoleta, safe ka na. Mr. Hernandez said, sabi ni Senator Marcoleta kahapon, ligtas ka na. Hindi po ito totoo. Si Senator Jinggoy Ejercito de Estrada, Senator Joel Villanueva, Yusek Robert Bernardo at D.E. Alcantara. Si Sen Jinggoy po ay nagbaba ng 355 million ngayon 2025 sa mga ilang projects sa Bulacan at ang sabi po ng boss ko dito ay 30% ang commitment dito. Mr. President, this is a blatant lie. Isang malaking kasinungalingan. I wish I did not have to borrow your time in this privileged hour to demonstrate how crooked my accuser is. I know most of you have probably witnessed the proceedings in the investigations conducted by both houses of Congress where he has so far appeared. But I beg your indulgence in defense of my name, which Mr. Hernandez conveniently dragged to take the heat off him and his cable. A desperate attempt to divert attention away from the real issue, his own involvement in ghost projects and questionable dealings. Batay sa aking mga nakalap na sinumpaang salaysay ng ilan sa mga kawani ng DPWH at mga kasamahan ni Mr. Hernandez, malinaw na sangkot siya sa mga ghost projects sa Bulacan. Pinatotohanan nito ng hindi lamang isa, kundi 3 opisyal na nagsabing siya at si RJ Dumasig, Project Engineer 1 ng Bulacan, 1st District Engineering Office, ay kapwa kasangkot sa mga proyektong ito. Pinatotohanan din ito ni na John Michael Ramos, dating OIC ng Construction Section ng Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office, Ernesto Galang, Hepe ng Planning and Design Section ng parehong distrito, at Norberto De Leon Santos, Hepe ng Quality Assurance Section. Lahat sila ay nagbigay ng sinumpaan salaysay na nagdidiin kay Bryce Erickson Hernandez. Ang dalawang ito ay kabilang sa tiniguruan ni Senator Lacson na BGC Boys o Bulacan Group of Contractors, mga suki sa casino. Si Bryce, also known as Marvin Santos de Guzman, ay nakapaglustay na abot ng 435 million at nakapag-launder ng perang humigit sa 1 bilyong piso. Samantalang si RJ alias Sandro Bernardo Park ay umabot naman sa 16.9 million ang natalo sa kasino. Ginoong Pangulo, malinaw ang paglalahad ng ating kasamang senador na ang kanilang mga gawain ay nagpapahiwatig na sila'y sangkot sa paglilinis o paglalaba ng mga nakulimbat nilang pondo ng bayan. Sa aking pagtatanong nitong nakaraang Lunes sa pagdinig ng Blue Ribbon Committee sa General Manager ng Sims Construction Trading na si Ginang Sally Santos, inamin niya na naghatid siya ng kabuuang 1 bilyong piso mula taong 2022 hanggang taong 2025 sa DPWH at iniabot yon kay Mr. Bryce Hernandez. Ayon pa kay Ginang Santos, ang halaga ng pera na kanyang dinadala na minsan ay nakalagay sa mga kahon ng noodles ay depende sa proyekto at minsan ay umabot ng 245 million pesos sa isang hatid. Kapal ng mukha mo. Sinabi rin ni Ginang Santos na si Mr. Hernandez at DPWH Engineer JP Mendoza, Chief ng DPWH Bulacan's Construction Division, ay ginagamit ang lisensya ng Sims Construction para sa mga proyekto nila. Si Mr. Mendoza, na may alias na PJ Castro Asuncion, na pinangalanan din ni Senate President Pro Tem Lacson, na kabilang sa BGC Boys, ay may kabuuang 418 million na nilustay sa iba't ibang kasino at nakapag-launder ng perang mahigit 280 million pesos. Kung nakakapagpatalo ng 10 milyon si Mr. Hernandez sa kasino, hindi na rin siguro nakapagtataka kung bakit hindi siya nalalayo sa mga diskaya pagdating sa paramihan ng koleksyon ng mga sasakyan. Nauna nang inamin ni Mr. Hernandez na siya at ang kanyang asawa na isang dating rank and file employee ng GSIS ay nagmamayari na mga mamahalang sasakyan gaya ng Dodge Challenger, Toyota Supra at Lamborghini Urus Performante. Hindi ito karaniwang pag-aari ng isang empleyado ng gobyerno. At hindi pa dito nagtatapos ang listahan, Ginoong Pangulo. Nandun sa kanyang garahe, isang Ford Everest, Ford Territory, Toyota Corolla Cross, Suzuki Jimny, Mitsubishi Pajero, Honda Civic Type R Turbo, and add to this his collection of high-end motorcycles, BMW R1250GS, Yamaha T-Max, BMW C400 GT, Ducati X Diavel Nera, Honda Goldwing, Ducati Street Fighter, BMW R1300 GS, Vespa Scooter, at yung kanyang asawa, meron 2 Toyota Hilux, isang Toyota Fortuner, Kia Carnival, BMD X3, Toyota Land Cruiser, Vespa Primavera, Honda, BMW. Mga kaibigan, Ginoong Pangulo, Bryce Hernandez claims these vehicles are part of a buy and sell business run by his sibling. But why are all these vehicles registered under their names? Bakit nakarehistro ang kanilang mga sasakyan sa kanilang mga pangalan kung sinasabi niya buy and sell business itong mga ginagawa nila? Gago. Magkano ba ang sahod ni Hernandez? Sapat ba ang kanyang kita o ng kanyang asawa para magkaroon ng ganitong karangyaan? Mr. President, hinagamit bilang umano'y ebidensya laban sa akin ang mga larawang kuha sa iba't ibang okasyon gaya ng birthday party. Makailang beses ko man na nakaduupang palad si DE, District Engineer Henry Alcantara, kaya ko humarap sa kahit sino at sabihin na hindi ko siya personal na kilala. Mismo ang Pangulong Marcos na nga nagsabi na mga larawan natin ng mga opisyal o public figures ay hindi sapat na batayan para patunayan at masabing talagang kilalang-kilala natin ang mga nakakasalamuha natin. To quote President Marcos, alaman naman ninyo, ini-name drop lahat. Magpapakuha lang ng picture tapos sasabihin, o tingnan mo, malapit kami. Sa isang araw, 1,000 yung nagpapapicture sa akin eh. So lahat ng 1,000 na yan, malapit na ba sa akin? People have to be more careful at huwag sila masyadong gullible. Yan po ang sinabi ng ating mahal na Pangulo. Tungkol naman sinasabi niya, hinggil sa isang nagngangalang Beng Ramos na nagpakilala daw ng miyembro ng aking staff sa Senado. Malinaw na ipinakita niyang text exchanges sa kanyang cellphone na nangyari ang kanilang pag-uusap tungkol umano sa isang pagdideliver ng pera noong December 22, 2022. Mr. President, 6 na buwan pa lang ako mula nung mahalal muli sa Senado. Wala akong kinalaman or anuman partisipasyon sa budget deliberations para sa 2022 budget. Mag-iimbento ka lang, sablay pa. Mr. President, there is no one among my staff named Beng Ramos. Wala akong staff o consultant na Beng Ramos. No such person has ever been employed, much less authorized to use my name or act on my behalf. Mr. President, let me just share that even before the resumption of the third hearing of the Blue Ribbon Committee last Monday, I already received warnings from various quarters. I was told that if I continue to actively participate in the investigation on ghost flood control projects, I will become an easy target. An easy target, they say, because of accusations hurled against me in the past relating to the PDAF issue. Mr. President, I told these people, warning me, and as I have stated at the start of the Senate investigation into these public works anomalies, hinarap ko po sa hukuman lahat ng kasong inihain laban sa akin. Hindi lang ako sumuko ng kusa nung ako'y pinaratangan at ikinulong. Ako po'y nakipaglaban ng patas sa proseso ng batas at hustisya at naghintay ng matagal na panahon sa pagdating ng hatol sa mga kasong ito. Hindi po ako nawala. Hindi po ako nagtago. Hindi po ako tumakas o nagbintang ng mga taong walang kinalaman sa mga akusasyon laban sa akin. At great cost to my family, my freedom, and my political career, I have acquitted myself of the grave charge of plunder before the bar of justice and the legal system we are all sworn to uphold. Should that sad and dark chapter of my life be a reason for me now to do nothing, say nothing, and just keep quiet when my job as an elected senator of this country calls on me to take a stand and expose these people? No, Mr. President, I cannot and will not shirk from my sworn duty to ferret out the truth. I will not be silenced when I know I can contribute something to the task at hand. I will continue to do my best to be worthy of the support that I was generously given by the people who elected me back to this Senate. Tama nga nagbigay ng babala sa akin. I am an easy target. Kaya isang araw pagkatapos ko sabihin na dapat i-contempt ang sinungaling na si Bryce Hernandez, tumakbo siya sa Kongreso sa mababang kapulungan para ilako ang isang kwento na sa tingin niya ay madaling paniwalaan. Hindi lang yun. Paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi ang akala niya safe siya. Walang galang na. Halatang galing pa sa isang script na binabasa. Marami sa akin ang nagsasabi, huwag kong patulan ang isang tao na sa sobrang kapal na muka, nakuha pong magkasino habang iniimbestigahan ang mga krimen niya dito sa Senado. Mr. President, kung nakuha kong humarap sa kaso at tanggapin ang kaparusahan ng isang krimen kung saan ako'y napawalang sala, lalong kayang-kaya kong harapin ang isang Bryce Hernandez na lantarang sinungaling at magnanakaw. Ang sabi nga ni Senator Marcoleta, safe ka na. With due respect to our colleague, hindi po, Senator Marcoleta. Hindi ikaw, hindi ako, at lalong hindi safe ang taong bayan. Hanggang may mga Bryce Hernandez na engineer ng kasinungalingan at pandarambong ay hindi tayo safe. Hanggang may mga ghost projects sa DPWH at iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno, hindi safe ang pera ng bawat Pilipino na nagbabayad ng buwis. Isipin na lang ninyo, takot na takot ang mga kababayan natin basta BAR na ang kaharap habang may mga walang konsensyang tao na isinusugal lamang sa kasino ang pera ng pinaghirapan at binuno nilang ibayad. Hanggang may mga tao na nagbabayad, nananakot at ngayon ay pilit na nililis ang kwento, ay hindi tayo safe. Mr. President, my dear colleagues, if my opponents think that they can weaponize me, that they can weaponize my past to stop me from investigating, nagkakamali sila. If my critics think that funding a social media campaign against me will prevent me from going after liars, thieves, and crooks, hindi nila ako kilala. I have been bashed and now targeted for the way I go after lying witnesses. Totoo, brusko ako magtanong at minsan ay naninigaw pa. But I make no apologies. Subukan ninyong humarap sa mga taong sinungaling at mayabang pa. Mga witness na halatang halata na niloloko ka. Mga opisyal na gobyerno na nagmamalinis at nagtuturoan. Tingnan natin kung hindi kayo magalit. Mr. President, my brother, Senator J.V. Ejercito, is known as the good one. Okay lang po yan. Dahil kapatid ko naman siya. But let me be known as the other strada who went after the bad ones. I will expose and relentlessly pursue the bad ones regardless of the risk and notwithstanding the cost. Hindi ako natatakot at lalong hindi ko papayagan na gamitin ng masasamang tao ang nakaraan ko para lamang patahimikin ako. I have been jailed. I have been vilified, crucified, and publicly humiliated. But I will never allow the likes of Bryce Fernandez to turn the tables on me. Kayo ang nasasakdal sa mata ng taong bayan, hindi ako. Mr. President, I vow never to let the masterminds and engineers of this massive defrauding of the Filipino people to silence me. Hindi pa ako tapos at lalong hindi ko kayo uurungan. Ginoong Pangulo, maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Thank you, Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Majority Leader. Senator Bato de la Rosa is seeking the floor. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. The last time I know that Bryce Hernandez was cited in contempt and was issued commitment order to the USA detention room. May I know the whereabouts of that Bryce Hernandez right now, Mr. President?
Well, according to the newspaper accounts that I've read, I think they had our Senate President and the Speaker of the House had an agreement to commit Bryce Hernandez at the PNP Custodial Center at Camp Crame.
May I clarify that quite accurate answer by Senator Estrada for the information of Senator De La Rosa and the public. Yesterday, after the hearing, during the hearings that they were conducting in the House, Speaker Martin Romualdez called me and said that their committee was allowing Mr. Hernandez to remain in the House and in the House of Representatives, and that he was requesting that he not be returned back to the Senate because of some fear for his life. That is according to him. So what I did was I asked the Speaker what he plans, because we cannot allow that. I said he is under our custody and therefore he is in contempt in the Senate. Pag iniwan namin sa inyo, sabi ko, ibig sabihin niyan para namin pinawalan.
Correct,
Kaya
Mr.
hindi
President.
ako pumayag. Correct. So
Correct.
what I did was I asked the Sergeant at Arms to bring Mr. Hernandez to the PNP Custodial Center, and that is where he is now. Still under the care of the OSAA.
Mr. President, is there a possibility that we can commit him back here in the Senate?
Of course, during the he is still under custody of the Senate, and therefore
No, let him be jailed here, Mr. President.
indirects. We had to give in to the request of the Speaker that he be not returned here as.
Yeah, but Mr. President, I think as we speak, the jurisdiction of the person of Bryce Hernandez belongs to the Senate.
Yes, and that's why we can call him here anytime we need him.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah. Senator Alan Cayetano is recognized.
Sir President, on that
Minority
point,
Leader is recognized.
may I know, Sir President, will that be the new rule? Because under the present rule, kung sino may jurisdiction, siya yung magde-decide. So for example, siya ay incarcerated under RTC. So magpapaalam tayo sa RTC kung pwede nating hiramin. So nagpaalam sila sa atin kung pwede natin nila hiramin yung witness. Kasi insulto po sa atin yung sabihin may mangyayari sa kanya dito. Unang-una po, 24 tayo na lahat independent. Sinabi na rin po ng Senate President na ginagalang natin na independent ang Senate. Never naman po nagkaroon ng problema dito. ZTE, Pangulo pa. I remember dito, muntik kaming maghablutan, if Senator Lacson remembers, with former Congressman Andaya, with our other witnesses, with Secretary Neri. Di ba, parang may PSG pa atang pumasok, whatever, no? But we were able to handle it well and come to a conclusion. My point, Mr. President, is this. What if the reverse happens now? What if we borrow a witness from the House? Papaya, is that the new rule now? Na PNP custodial na? Or makikiusap tayo pabalik sa House? Because I don't think we should change rules without doing it either in caucus as a group. But I see the wisdom, Mr. President, of your immediate action. I'm not questioning your immediate action, Mr. President. I'm just asking, moving forward, shouldn't we keep the old rule na kung sino may custody, yun ang mag-keep nung custody niya, Mr. President?
Yes, and that is the decision that the presiding officer made last night. Indeed, you are right. He is in our custody. Now, what we did yesterday was what we call parliamentary courtesy in accepting the proposal that he be not returned here but still under the care of the Senate. Now, in the issue of, let's say, keeping it here, or the previous tradition that the Senate may cite in contempt anyone and keep him here. We have also placed a witness to Muntinlupa, if you will recall.
Yes.
We also even sent somebody to the Pasay City Jail. So I don't see any reason why we cannot commit this particular fellow to the PNP Custodial Center. But then again, I will leave it to the decision of the body. That was my decision last night. But if there is something that is a new decision that you would want, I will throw it to the body.
Mr. President, I respect your decision, and I will tell you if I don't. I have always been honest and told you what I thought, no? And I do agree that certain decisions have to be made right away by the Senate President at that point. And you do not want a constitutional crisis or ayaw natin mag-agawan ng witness sa gitna ng and perception is important. Kung nakipag-agawan po kayo o tayo kagabi, it would appear na baka may katotohanan yung sinabi about senators, kaya pinipilit natin dito. The problem is, meron din kasing perception tuloy that by not having him back here, baka nga totoong ini-influensya natin. But from my point of view, from my limited point of view at this point in time, when he was here, no one was talking to him from the Senate panel. But according to Senator Marcoleta, he got information that the witness was being asked to single out senators there. So only God knows if Senator Jinggoy is the good one or the better one. Only God knows the totality of accusations against Brother Joel. But what do I know? I know na si Brother Joel, 2016 pa lang, 2017, when I left the Senate to go to the DFA, speech na ng speech to tungkol sa flood control eh. Even President Duterte had a speech na ang problema ko, DPWH. And never tinago ni ano yun, ni President Duterte. Nandun yun po, nasa Facebook, nasa